Hello, hello, welcome back to more GBO2. Today we have the Zaku IV, which... Now I can't remember if I've actually shown this one off before, but... This is the Zaku IV in space, which I'm sure I've talked about this before. I really wish more people would play in space matches. It's so hard to get space matches sometimes, and the thing is, like, mobile suits were made for space. It's actually really frustrating how little we get space combat in Gundam games, considering that the entire purpose in setting for mobile suits was greater mobility in space combat. That's literally what they were built for. But I digress. The Zaku IV is really fascinating. It is a support type that has that, long rifle like you saw there, like a beam cannon set in the head that you can use while boosting, and those, like, the double machine guns, and this knuckle weapon that has a fantastic downswing. I'm having a little hard time using it in space, specifically because I'm having that problem where when I pull back to do the downswing, it throws my momentum back a little bit and ruins my forward movement. And also, I'm getting completely surrounded here by the enemy. I'm very frustrated about that, by the way. Like, there were other guys there that should have been holding that advance with me. I'm quite frustrated by how that went down. I had the entire team shooting at me, pretty much. I'm quite used to that, actually, and it's very annoying. But, regardless, so the Zaku IV ends up feeling like a support that almost plays like a raid, because I think it also has like forced injectors too. That one I have to double check. I don't quite remember, but it's this hypermobile support type that is able to boost at an enemy, stun with the beam cannon, switch to the knuckle, and get a downswing on them. It's super cool. And that long rifle, of course, still has good damage and fantastic range on it, though it needs to be noted, if you fire it charged, it does fully overheat the rifle. So this is not going to be a support that's as good at the, like, distant sniper gameplay, which should be unsurprising considering it has weapons that can use while boosting and stun capabilities and great melee and all that kind of stuff, right? I believe it only has a single swing, though. Again, something I do have to check on, but I believe it's the single swing. The downswing is the best attack it has on it, so you're kind of stunning, moving in, downswing, stepping back, hitting with one of your ranged options. But yeah, it's so much fun, and yet I have, like, never done good with it, and it's infuriating. It's a really good suit. It's really fun to use, but I keep ending up with really bad damage numbers most of the time I use it. I think it's a poor use of weapons in my case. I think I have over-relied on its machine guns, which, if you've noticed from the couple times I've whipped them out, don't really do a whole lot of damage. They're kind of this suit's equivalent of, like, a head Vulcan, where it's rapid chip damage that it can use to mop up or deal some extra ticks or as, like, a backup when everything else is overheated, but it's not going to strip a target down from full health or anything like that. I'm also emoting, like, gun movements and whatnot that you guys can't see, so that's a little... Oh, boy. So yeah, it's a cool suit I need to spend more time with, basically. And I don't spend that time with it, clearly. Partially because I end up not doing that great with it, so I don't take it out that much. But I need to fix that and just take it out and use it a whole bunch. It's really cool. Now, we're in a bit of a tricky situation here. You can see our enemies do have the lead. We are in nearly full force. You can see the full effects of that downswing right there, too. Like, wow. Wow, that really hurts. For something on a support type, to have that kind of melee power is fantastic. And to be fair, I probably have it kitted out for extra melee power, knowing me. But regardless, like, woo boy, there's only a handful, which, to be fair, there are a handful of supports that are like that, but there are only a handful. The other notable one is the gym G-Line Full Custom. Yes, G-Line Full Custom. That has the twin beam sides. Also, I thought that would stun, and it did not. Very sad about that. I'm surprised, though, that the volley from the beam guns did end up stunning him on that, though. I'm going to have to go check the values on that. I imagine it was building up from what normally would have been a full stun on the other weapon as well. But I'm going to have to take those into training and see how they stack stuns specifically. That might be part of why I've relied on them in the past as much as I have. Oh, this is like such a frustrating moment score-wise, too, because you can see we are in the lead by like around 100 points. Looks like a little under 100 points, but it's in that very close to 100-point range. But this is so easy to lose, and they are... I don't see the rest of them, so I think they are about to spawn in. Yeah, I can see them starting to spawn in, which means that we are about to be at a very tough disadvantage. We're going to have to somehow keep that lead while they're all coming in full force. It's not going to be easy to manage. You can also see I kind of stopped doing the downswing at this point, because while the downswing is fantastic, like I was saying before, I was having issues with keeping the momentum. I'm also out of weapons here, which is a very bad position to be in. Thankfully, an ally did finish him off for me. I was getting really worried. I was hoping he would do exactly that, and thankfully he did. I do have my weapons back now, thankfully, but you can see we're crumbling. And, oh, that was a bad shot. That was so close, but ultimately that was not fantastic. And they're all starting to bear down. I'm one of two things left. I'm trying to at least get this one kill, but it did not happen. So we have now lost that lead, that very slim lead, because, well, they came in full force and we couldn't stop their forward advance. Which, it happens, but it's frustrating. We've got a minute left, so it's still possible to reclaim that lead, but it's going to be difficult. It's going to require us to really play aggressively, honestly, to come in, move together, and just push back. They should be weakened as well after all that. So, in theory, there should be some good targets to move in and finish up. I think I'm once... No, I guess not. I guess that must be another support type, because I didn't see... I thought I was going against type there, but I didn't see the disadvantage pop up. I'm trying to net kills where I can. Somebody else got him. That's good, considering... Oh, boy, we're actually still really behind, though. Yeah, with 18 seconds left, it's going to be tough. I'm getting, like, singled out, too. Getting a lot of damage focused on me. That's not great. You can see we're pulling it close again, but we really need to get... Let me think. I think this was a 500-something. I don't remember if this was a 550 or 500, but I think it was in that range. One kill, I think, would have put us back in the lead at that point. But sadly, we couldn't net it. That was really frustrating, too, because that one guy was... I think I could have finished him off with that volley if that volley wasn't shot too early for that last guy that got away. I fired before his iframes were up, and it ended up just getting soaked into his iframes, but that probably could have secured a... Probably, not definitely, but probably could have secured a win if I had landed that. But unfortunately, we couldn't get that last kill there, and we did lose the match. It's been so frustrating getting good matches lately. Like, every match I play just... that one was really close. I'm glad at how close that actually was, looking at the footage back. I really thought there was a greater difference between those two scores, so that was nice to see. But I've had so many matches where it's like we start, the entire team gets wiped immediately without taking a single kill. And that's absurd. That shouldn't happen. But regardless, that's this match for today. Hopefully I can manage to get something where I actually win for next time, but we will see. We will see.